All right, hey everybody. So, what we got happening today is I'm gonna nap a slab here. I've got some Georgetown slabs here that are pre-cut. These knife blades are 3/4 of an or about 3/8 of an inch thick, and they're going to be in a variety of different sizes and shapes. There'll be some dagger type styles, and there'll be this modern knife blade style. This one is just over 6 inches long. These are heat treated. There was some concern about whether or not they thought they could run a flake across it. I don't know if they've gotten Georgetown in the past and they couldn't run a flake across it, but yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna make a blade from start to finish today and show you how it flakes, and that way you have an idea, and just show you what this is. You'll notice when you get yours, there may be some, these are very minor little dings in the side, and they're not big chunks out or anything like that. They're pretty minor, and that is absolutely nothing to worry about. So it's very minor, but anyway, just so you know, if you see those little things, not a perfect, absolute perfect crisp edge on every single bit of it, that makes no difference. So if there's big chunks missing, or if they're too big, then yeah, that makes a difference. But, I mean, even running the abrader over it like that, you can see that will chip that edge a little bit. So and what I'll probably do to save time is I'll chip one side of this on camera. I might do the other side too, I don't know, but probably just one side. And then what I do is, when I'm doing mine, now you don't have to use a grinder, but I do use a grinder. So when I'm doing slabs, I'll nap all the way across one side, clear the face, then I grind it, which I'll show that also, and then I flake it again, sharpen my edge, and it's done. So see how well I can show this. I like a pad that's got a gap in it. It doesn't have to be as large as this, but you're going to place your flaker on the edge, and you're pressing in, building pressure, and then flipping it out like that. That flake ran all the way off the edge, actually, right there. And you want to space your flakes about about 3/8 of an inch or so. And what that does is, if you have a place that misses, it allows you to come back on it to make sure you can clear that. And it also gives you these bigger, bolder flakes, which a lot of this first pass is going to be ground off anyways, but come on now, slipping off of it. So we come down one side. Now we're going to come back the other direction. On that tip, I take some short flakes to try and get these running straight again. And you can see these big flakes coming through on this side, and most of the time I try and run them back about the same distance. With practice, you can learn to control your flakes coming in so you have less of this meat up in the middle. But as you can see, flaking across this is, see, I missed a spot here a little bit, so I'm going to come back in that middle piece I left and flip it off there, and she's gone. And you can pick these off. But you can see how easy it is to flake across this stuff. It's not a problem at all. We'll go ahead and flake across this side too, I guess. Just remember that you're putting it right on the edge, or just above the edge, and you're pressing in, building a lot of pressure, and then just flip it off. The other thing about doing slabs is you don't want a bunch of pressure with your holding hand, because sure enough, if you start bearing down with this, then you have a tendency to put a lot of pressure with your left hand, and you'll snap your slab. So if you're snapping your slab in your hold hand, you're just maybe even unknowingly allowing that pressure to build there rather than just letting it cradle there, because this is pushing it against your hand here, so there's really no need to I ran that one a little too deep, so I put too much pressure on it through that little hinge in there. But I can pick that off with a razor knife. Been a long time since I napped slabs. I napped one on film. Actually, I just flaked one side to show everyone, and that's the extent of my slab napping that I've done in a long time. So. Getting the right pressure to run into the middle is something you have to nap a lot of slabs to kind of get accustomed to again. I don't have my knife out here. But these here will pop off there with the razor knife. But if you pay attention and you get better at it, you can run those in so they just barely meet in the middle, and you get pretty good at it after a while. And there's other tricks for hiding this: oiling, waxing, you know. Even if you didn't, that one popped out. But most of these will pop out, but even if you didn't want to pop them out, you just pop out what you want. And then if you're really in a big hurry, you can just oil and wax it. But it looks better if you pop those out of there. Anyways, we're not messing with that right now. So we've got our slab, the initial pass done. So now I'm gonna set up the camera and go over there, and I'm gonna grind this. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna grind all the way around this, and I'm gonna take all these deltas down. You'll see, but I'm gonna give this some convexity, basically the finished convexity, and then I'll nap over that, finish the edge, and it's done. So not a lot to it, but I'll take you over to the grinder and we'll get to grinding. I won't show grinding the whole thing. It probably takes 10 minutes to grind this, maybe something like that, just guessing, but I believe that's about what it is. Obsidian don't take very long at all, but this Georgetown a little harder, of course. So, and that's what your back's going to look like when you're done. And you can, to save some grinding, just pick some of these off. Now you could come back like a lot of guys do, and they just, you know, make another pass. But I prefer to grind it, so I'll show you that. All right, now I'm not sure how this is going to work out. I can't see that camera at all, but hopefully you guys can see this. I don't know if you can see this, but how this comes together right there, that's what we're shooting for, getting this edge right to the center of that. And in the meantime, feathering it in. And this isn't going to give you that flake over grind. Perfect parallel type flaking. This is going to be more of a big bold flake, which is what I prefer. So that's part of why I do my, when I am doing slabs, that's why I do them this way. I'm way out of practice, so y'all have to bear with me here. Same thing for the top edge. So instead of flake over grind, I guess this would be grind over flake. Now if this was obsidian, this would already be done. With something like Georgetown, though, not necessarily, but I mean, obsidian blade is still useful and stuff, obviously, but when you have something with a tensile strength of Georgetown or something like another flint like that, then it's more usable as a knife. This is the only two wheels I'll grind this on. Of course, the next one down, now, I don't know what the grits are on those, but about got it. As you can see, that's pretty, I got one ding out of it there, but it's pretty much centered all the way down. Pretty crisp edge. And that's all we're going to do to it right there. But as you can see, hopefully, the center is still flaked. I didn't grind across that. I just kind of come here to these edges and centered that line up. Alright, so I'm going to shut this off and move back over. Line up. Alright, so I'm going to shut this off and move back over. Alright, as you can see, we're all ground. And we got a ground to the center. And what we're going to do next is we're going to dull this. I use a pretty fine abrasive to do that. I'm just trying to dull that, but strengthen that edge. Sometimes I'll go with this little medium. And then over it with the fine. There's probably a name for this technique. I don't know. But I don't believe it's flake over grind, because flake over grind, they, which I've done before, you grind it and then flake it, and then that's your pass. This is a grind over flake, I guess. And the difference is, the big difference is, you get these big boulder flakes. The duller your flaker is, usually the bigger of flakes you're going to get. So that's something to keep in mind too, in case you want to, you're going for a certain look. Let's see here. Zoom in a bit here for you. You can see we're bringing those flakes up. But it's only traveling, well, that one traveled into there. Same thing as before. Put it on the edge and in and down. All right. I missed a spot right there. If I was to miss that spot, I probably wouldn't worry about it, because I'm still going to try and get it. But because when you're hafting this blade, that's going to be covered. But let me pause this for a few minutes. Okay, hopefully that leaf blower is not too loud. Okay, there's one side. Gonna be a nice blade when it's all done. And I have a knife this is going on. A friend of ours, girl my wife works with, her pop grandpa's having a benefit. He's got cancer, I believe. And anyways, I said I'd donate a knife, so I gotta get a knife built. And this is gonna be the blade for it. When I was doing a lot of slabs, boy, I could go through these pretty fast. And had a lot of fun doing it. I'll probably show in this video also another technique for hiding these right here. Well, like I said, you get some practice going, you can get to where you can just about completely eliminate any of that, which I got carried away on this side, but because you can learn to run your flakes into a certain spot, and then that's not have a lot of overlap, so you don't get those. That really is a thing that you can do. So I can't take the time to practice on enough slabs to do that right now, but it is achievable because I've done it before. I might, which one do I want to use here? You're going to come back, pick off your deltas. I do to definitely cut things up. Yeah, it doesn't even need anything more than that. I mean, that dude's sharp. Cut with the top side just as well. On this, I'm basically just pushing down. There's a few of them that I'm pushing in on, but for most part, just down. I was just taking out a little dishing flake and making a little, that edge is pretty sharp. You can refine the edge however you want to refine it, whether or not you want to put just like this, where it's just got a nice usable edge, or you can you know, do it however you want to do it. Put big old teeth on it. However you like your blades, your edge is done. On a knife, that's really how I like it right there. So, all right, I'm not even going to pick these off, and I am going to go ahead and show you guys a technique for hiding those. Be right back. Okay, so I'm going to try this here without getting burnt. Looking in the camera and doing this at the same time. But what I got here is I got pure white beeswax. Got my point and I got a torch. And all I'm going to do here is I'm going to melt some of this beeswax on this point. I need a little more heat than that. The only thing this beeswax is doing, I learned this from Jim Redfern at a nap-in when I seen him doing it, working on a point for me actually. And I probably got way too much wax on there, but it's obviously not something that you got to do. I wanted to show you how to get rid of these. Camouflage them. You don't want to get the stone too hot because you can break the stone. especially if it's got a bit of a bad spot in it. The other thing is you don't want to get it down here on your hafting area normally. That's not something you'd want to do because you want your glue to stick. So you probably want to avoid getting it on that part. You can see those things just disappear, and they're just little light fingernail hinges, but they're kind of predominant in this when you're doing this. Hold on fire. Yeah, catching fire. Isn't that a hot point? Anyways, let's turn this off. I want to show you that. I'll show you some. It's the point still hot, but try and show you some how that looks there. Bigger. This side was better. I rushed this side and got some of this jitter jatter, which you can see in there, right? This side's much nicer because I took the time to control my flakes going in, so I didn't have as much of this meat up in the center. So considering I haven't been doing any slabs at all, I'll take that. And it's going to lose some of that shine as it cools off because this point still, it's pretty hot. But that's how I like to do slabs when I'm doing slabs. And we'll half that into a knife and it'll be absolutely beautiful. So I wanted to show you guys this. These are available. They're going to be available on the website here in the next couple days, which should already be out by the time that you see this. And if you're worried about flaking all the way across this Georgetown, there's just no need in it. It's not that difficult to flake across it. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that little piece there, and I'm going to get back to busting whole rocks. Y'all have a great day. Hit that like and subscribe button. Those of you who's already subscribed, I truly appreciate it. You know I do. And hit that notification bell and you get notifications when I get new videos. And maybe we'll do some more slab stuff later, but we'll see. Y'all have a great day, night, evening, whatever it is where you're at, and keep napping.